Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today, boom, bada boom, hello everybody. First off, I'm really happy to be back. This is only the second video that I've recorded in the new place, so ignore if there happens to be a technical difficulty, ignore if the audio quality is not as what it used to be, ignore dogs barking, people coming in, any and everything. I explained it a little bit in the Planet Coaster video. We'll get up into the air and we'll talk about it a little bit more, but hey, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Now we're going to be taking this Icon A5. This is a plane that I have flown, I don't know, once, because I wanted something nice, small, and nimble to be able to fly around today. We are here in Keene, New Hampshire, everybody. This is Dylan Hopkins. This is my home airport, as it were. It's the closest one to me that's actually of any size. We are going to take a flight. We're going to go and check out Monadnock Speedway on the way to my house. No following me. We are going to just fly a little bit around Keene as well. This is how I wanted to start this series. And I've been holding back on actually doing this because I went from the internet that was available at our previous home, which was, oh gosh, I had a 200 Mbps, and then an upload speed of something else super crazy and awesome. When we moved here, we went from 200 down to 15. Yeah, we lived out here in the sticks, and the only thing that was available was kind of through cable. So we've decided finally to get some better internet. We'll talk about that a little bit up in the air as well. But you know what? I'm sick of talking here on the ground. I can ramble up there all that I want. Yeah, I know. I had you on to handle the radios. Shush. Shush. I know. Everybody's trying to get a hold of me now. Yes. Okay. Good. Awesome. Let's turn on battery systems. Nav light. Okay, that seems good. Again, I'm using honeycomb yoke that's actually got everything nicely built in for me, and then still using Thrustmaster throttle and pedals as well. So let's just actually get ourselves up in the air. Let's just give a quick talk to, I'm just going to announce taxi.
Kilo Echo Echo November traffic Delta 2 tree.
That's still from my last flight that I had done. That's actually really funny. Okay, hold on. I'm missing the fuel pump, aren't I? Of course I am. No, that's the master battery. Hold on. Last time I had done this, I actually wasn't in here. So this is actually going to take me a second. Because, again, I've flown this once. And as far as I remember, there's not a lot of things to be able to help me here. And I refuse to use the checklist. This is not going to go well at all. Motor rudder heat. That's in-op. Alright, I am going to have to look at the checklist. Yet again, I actually started on the runway last time I did it. After cockpit, that's on fuel valve. Where are you? Oh, of course. I didn't even look up all the way. That one's on me. So I have everything else. I didn't know this came with a parachute. Again, flown it once. Can I look? Oh, okay. Forgot you're going to be still in the checklist mode. Okay, can we not be here? Let me reset the view. There we are. All right. Now, there is on that. I just realized my current setup is not good for me trying to fly with you all. So, whoops on that. Again, we're figuring this out all together. Just taking a look around. Making sure all my actual controls are going to be working. Okay, that's looking good. Look up. Yep, that looks good. Wing lock, still good. Not wearing my seatbelt, also super good and safe. Okay. Make sure on the ground with e-brake on. Perfect. Everything's coming up nice and stable. Let's get ourselves ready to go in the air. Taxi lights are on. We're gonna just taxi ourselves over here to the closest runway. First off, let me talk about this game, then I'll go into everything else that I need to talk about. First off, oh my god, this game is beautifully amazing. From the skies to the detail, being around. The biggest thing that kind of sucks, there is no airport here in Keene. There is nothing. There are no buildings, hangars. There's a restaurant over here. There's nothing here. So I know they're slowly working on them all. That's the one that I put in to have requested to be worked on. So that's a really big bummer, even coming from my hometown. That's not here. Now, before we get up into the air, first off, let me call out takeoff. We're going to remain in pattern.
Kilo Echo Echo November traffic Delta 2 tree taking off runway 20 right touch and go.
We'll cancel that intention here in a little bit as well. Again, you're going to hear the microphone move because it's not in a good spot. I'm figuring out how to work with this new area that I've got here. Landing strobe on. Good. Let's go. So yeah, the biggest thing about the internet that I want to tell you guys, why I brought that up, why I feel like it's important, is because when we are flying around, it may seem laggy. It's not the computer. It's not the lack of my skills here. It is literally, it can't download fast enough because of how crappy the internet is here. So that's a little bit of a bummer. So you'll notice that that's why we've also been holding off on Flight Sim as well. I really want to do a video as soon as it came out because it was a birthday gift to myself. We're off. Gear up. Positive rate. Climbing well. Gonna go to an outside view. Flaps, we can bring them in. Alright, now I want to let you know this is not going to be any realism flying whatsoever because this is a sightseeing tour. Let's kick it to the left. Let's head towards Keene, New Hampshire, everybody. I picked a watercraft because you never know what's going to go wrong. That is why we're flying the Icon today. Alright, let's kick down on power a little bit and let's head out. But again, there's home. there's our home airport. Let's head over Keene. A couple places that I want you guys to see. We're going to do a lot of low-flying flight here today. I just want to be able to show you around my world. So as we fly up through here, we have... we'll come to our main intersection. Here is Keene State College, which is where Danielle and I actually graduated from. Obviously, the buildings aren't 100% accurate, but if we were to say where we spent all of our time, it would be... Hold on. I need to get this going a little bit better. Let's turn. Okay, sorry, there we are. Keene State College is over here, not back there. I was like, what the heck, why am I so off? This is why I'm off. Keene State College, everybody. There's obviously the athletic fields. Where Danielle and I spent all of our time was right next to Brickyard Pond here in this building, which is almost exactly accurate. This is the Redfern Art Center. But this is where we spent all our time learning what we do and what we love to do every day. Danielle's original dorm before she came to move with me was actually right here in the center of Keene. And she was in a room right there with a church right behind. As we come through, we've got the mill. We've got, of course, the main square. Now, if anybody has ever seen Jumanji with Robin Williams, it was filmed in Keene. There were shots in Keene. It's one of the times when the Stampede's going through town. It goes right through that center of town. Let's kick ourselves sideways. Let's actually start to head out of Keene, and we'll continue to talk. So as I do a little circle around the top of Keene here, hopefully not to break the aircraft because I still have all the stresses on. But let's get ourselves back on. We're actually going to follow the road. I think that's going to be the easiest way for us to get in and out of this area. But again, the amount of detail is amazing, and I'd love some suggestions of where you might want us to go. There's a bunch of places that I know I want to go again. This is the first thing I did when I got this sim, was jump in and figure out where could we go. Well, now that we've had it, now that you've seen a little bit of Keene, and where we all were, Mount Monadnock, actually over there in the corner. That's one of the flights I want to do one of these days, is to actually go out and fly around the mountain. Climb to the top of that only once. But let's get ourselves here on the road. And we are going to fly ourselves to Monadnock Speedway, which is actually like way out here. And my house is on the other side of that mountain, more or less. So, a little thing about the internet. So, whoop, smashing things, crashing things, don't worry about it. I have my keyboard in a really bad spot for doing sims like this. Let's turn down airspeed. I don't want to be stressing that aircraft out. But, yeah, so one of the things that's been really exciting is that when we first got here, they told us that there was no way to get any other internet here except satellite internet. Now, in case anybody does not have satellite internet or know anything about it, satellite internet has a cap. You usually have a cap. Well, we do a lot of stuff with the internet. I do a lot of video uploads. If I'm doing one a day, that adds up very quickly. So we knew that that was not going to work. When I contacted out to Xfinity, who I had before, who I had loved because of the speeds, because I've never had internet that fast in my life, they said internet does not travel up that far in town because we live in the mountains now. And I said, okay, that's a really big bummer because I was your customer before and I really wanted to stick with you. Well, they said, well, let me look. They contact their manager, who contacted their manager, who contacted their manager, and they came back to me and they said, usually if we wanted to run a custom line up to our house, it would have been about $1,300. Now, of course, that's a lot of money for just having internet brought to your house, regardless of how good it may be. Well, because other people have asked in the area, and since I was a customer before, they actually had decided that now would be the time that they would actually invest to have internet brought up this far. It was just going to take some time. I was able to hear July 30th that they were going to start installing the wires. I had seen the trucks coming through. They had been putting wires on the pole, wires all throughout this part of town, and still heard nothing. Every time I looked, no, internet is not available. I'll continue that story here in a second. Here we are now in Swansea. Nick's restaurant over here used to have a giant crab on during the summer. That place is currently for sale because he's going into retirement. As we continue on through, great hot dogs right here across from Coolix. This is a guy in a little stand. And Angie's Pizza, where we have pizza every Friday night, Danielle and I, for the past 5 years. Actually, no, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, actually, it's been 5 years. Is right here on the left. So we heard that good news of that the wires were going to be installed, and we were just so excited to be able to get it, but we didn't know when. Well, I finally looked about 2 weeks ago. Today's date is October 6th, by the way, and it had finally become available to our area. It was that day. I had been checking every single moment. So I finally was able to get a hold of them, and lo and behold, finally, October 9th, we are going to get internet installed. There's going to be a quick cut here so I can get ready for the next scene, and we'll be right back with you guys. Alright, we're back. You guys probably didn't miss a thing, but I just like to be courteous. I do not like flying outside of the cockpit. I like the realistic feel to the game. But again, this one's a little bit different because we're taking you on a tour. So we're going to continue here through Swansea. We're actually technically entering Winchester now. Let me kick back that speed a little bit as we go past the quarry that's over here on the right. Nicely detailed again. Of course, don't forget, the closer you get to objects here, the less detailed they're going to be. So take that with a grain of salt. But we're going to be coming up here on the right is where I've spent every weekend this summer. And that's actually not super exaggerant. Oh, the power lines are finally installed. Sorry, I just noticed that. Power lines running through the mountain. Really great detail. Good job, guys. I have nothing bad to say about this game. But right here, you can actually see the full-size power lines that run right through. But over here on the right, we have Monadnock Speedway, which is really cool to be able to see. Let's fly a little bit closer. And then, in theory at least, here we go, and I gotta remember how to pause. Is it? What button is pause? What button do I have as pause? You can see how much I obviously fly this sim. Is it in general? Okay. General. This is fun, isn't it? That's in graphics. No, it's in controls. What am I thinking here? Let's see. Let's go to keyboard. So give me a second to get this all together. Again, I don't usually pause the sim. Active pause is pause. Or do I have that as quick key? I do. Okay, cool. There we go. Boom. Paused. And now we are in drone cam. Again, another great feature. So, of course, remember, these aren't super well detailed. I can't wait until there is a new satellite shot to be able to use, because you obviously got the stands, you've got the stage that hasn't been there forever in the middle, and, of course, you've got the pits over there, which is actually really interesting because they've got the tire warehouse here, where you can buy tires. You've got the snack shack / officials. You've got the beer garden. Heading back to the plane. Accidentally hit the wrong button. Darn it. And then you've got souvenir, which is actually changed a little bit. Food, bathroom, the main entrance, and the control tower. But there's Monadnock Speedway in all of its glory, as best as you possibly can. A lot of the NASCAR tracks are actually detailed in here, which is really nice. But I like to be able to show that one to you guys. Let's unpause. Let's continue on towards Winchester, and let's head home. So again, with that internet, it's coming on Friday, but of course I'm going down to Thompson, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be our very first time. I'm going with my folks. We are going to be... God, those power lines are not facing the right way, but that's okay. We're going to be going down to the World Series this year. Really excited for all that racing in 3 days. So I'll be able to see the... what am I trying to do? I'm trying to use words here. I get to see the internet installed, but I never actually get to use it before we head on down, so I find that funny. But Danielle does. We're going to continue following the Ashwell River here. The water effects look amazing in this game. As we pop over, you've got the secondary quarry, but you also have the Winchester Motorsports Park. This is motocross here on the right, the motocross track. Snowcross, which is one of our videos that came out this year, was actually taking place right here on their pit access road. I'm going to slow down a little bit to get myself back on track. And, of course, across the street, they have their Supercross track, which has changed a little bit and was not able to race even once this year. So a little saddened by that. Before we go home, I've actually always wanted to do this. We are going to attempt... Oh, gosh. Why? It did it again, didn't it? Where it's not going to let me look around. Gotta get that to stop doing that. Bear with me, guys. Hold on. So it'll do this every once in a while. If you have a quick key to be able to use your camera, you then, like I have a little analog stick on my thruster. And if you accidentally hit that, because it's right next to where my flaps are, you're screwed. You actually can't move your camera around anymore with your mouse and scroll wheel. So it's a little bit frustration, little bugs. Again, I'm just happy to be able to have the game. And look at that amazing detail. Look at all the trees. Look at the mountains. Look up here in New England. It is just stunning. But I'm going to want to land here on Forest Lake. I live right up here on the mountain. So we're going to take a trip to here momentarily. But let's see if we can land this on Forest Lake. I wish I was a lot lower. So right now I'm going to be picking up a lot of speed trying to get down there. Alright, feet on the rudders. Flaps are at full. Engines cut off. Watching that speed. Watch the treetops. Watch the treetops. Don't flounder it. Easy. Easy. Right over the trees. Right over where everybody's always sitting having parties. A little bit. I need to put it into the water, so it's going to be a little rough. But I need that drag. I need that drag. Get down there. Come on, don't skip. Get down. Get down. As I put the entire nose in. There There we go. We're there. That's fine. I just know that this lake gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So I'm really happy that we were at least able to land it here. And I love this ability. You can just land on any spot of water that you can actually fit on. Let's get that flap turned back up. Let's actually retract it down 1. Probably want to do 2 for this takeoff, but we're going to come down here. We're going to turn ourselves around, and we're going to get ready to actually take off once again to actually head home and head to the ranch as well. So let's get ourselves turned around. Let's get ourselves set up. Speed. Let's get it to full. I think, yeah, the flaps are still. Get the flaps down. Okay, we're skimming now. 30. 40. 50. I wanted it to get towards 60. Come on. 60. Up. Up, 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 up. And we are off the water. Fantastic. Hey. Now that we've gotten to Forest Lake, let's turn ourselves. Let's head towards the center of Winchester, which is where we call home now. Alright, coming up, beautiful field out there. Alright, we're coming up on downtown. We're going to take the longer way to our house. Literally, it's, technically, right up there. I'm going to take the long way from downtown itself. Tons of fields around, beautiful houses, beautiful, just a little New England town. It's not Hinsdale. But hey, we do have pizza delivery, so that's pretty awesome. That is a perk that we will take. Local place. And we're getting our own Dunkin' Donuts, so that's cool too. Those are the highlights of Winchester. Welcome. Alright. We're going to just bank it up here at Main Street. Main Street's right here. You can actually go towards Hinsdale that way, Brattleboro's over that way, or you can go up this way and start heading down to Massachusetts, which is going to be a bunch of our other flights, because we're going to be doing these little series of places that I want to bring you that I think, personally for me, are exciting. We're going to take a turn down Main Street, Community Center, and everything else over here. We've got the elementary school, which apparently has tons and tons of problems, but that's not a discussion for this day. We have the main cemetery of town right here, as we're going to head down where town works are. Kick it sideways. Alright, now we get to head up the mountain. This is the old city dump. It is now a transfer station that we use quite regularly, every once a week. It actually works out nicer that way, so I will give kudos to that. We're heading back towards Keene area. Monadnock is right over there. But of course, we are starting to get up here onto the mountains, through the mountains, however you want to call it. As I come through, I'm going to try to get ourselves a little bit lower to easier access with the drone cam, but try not to kill ourselves in the process. We'll come up through. We have the old sand pit that is right here. And now that we're coming to a slowdown, let's give it a pause. Let's go to drone cam. Where are we facing, my friend? Where are we? That's the sand pit. I don't even actually know where the plane is. It's somewhere. Oh, there it is. There we are. Good time. All right, let's zoom ourselves in. Also, if anybody knows how to use the drone cam a little better than me, if you know how to make it travel a little bit faster, I would love that advice. So it's obviously not detailed 100%. I love what they have here. This is the barn. This is the barn for the ranch. And this is the pasture. I'm actually really surprised because this is a little bit lower quality than what it was before. I heard that this had happened with the updates to the sim, was that textures had gone very far down to help with other people. It's something that they're going to work on. They are going to fix and make everything right once again. But here's the ranch. Last time you could actually pick out which horses were which. Again, I'm actually really disappointed that that can't be done. But there's the ranch, and boom. There's actually a whole bunch of trees missing too. Really strange on what they're doing here, because this was originally hidden completely. But there's our house. It's not 100% accurate. It's changed since last time that I'd seen it. But technically, yeah, it would look more like a T. And then our garage is relatively almost that exact same shape. So I'm really surprised on the quality drop of some of these images. I thought Monadnock looked a little bit worse than before. So hopefully that's going to change. Hopefully they change that back. I'll go into my settings and see what other people think as well. But there you go. That's the first thing that you need to do. I think that is required. I think that's mandated by law. The first video that you make of Flight Sim, you need to find your house. Or you need to find where you used to live. But there you have it, everybody. Gonna come up, gonna see what it looks like. I haven't even played with the drum can that much. I just personally love flying in this so very much that there's gonna be a lot of flight videos coming your guys' way here in the future. But man, does that look really good. Can you? Yeah, we can tilt the camera. Yeah, see, they thought of everything. They thought of everything that you were gonna need for screenshots. Now I don't remember how to take a screenshot. Out of practice, everybody. Out of practice. But there you have it, guys. I said I was going to bring you to my house. That's what we did. I just wish that the image wasn't as low quality as that. So a little disappointed on... I waited a little too long to be able to do that. You know, as you go further away, it starts to look a little bit better. We're actually right there in the trees. But the fact that they cropped out all of the trees that are through here, just going to have to look at the settings once again throughout all of the updates. But we've got many, many more areas that I'm hoping to be able to show you all in the future. Let's actually see. Can we get ourselves back onto the lake? I'm doing some really crazy stuff. Like I said, realism, not a thing. It's where we take the horses out riding. It's a fantastic area. Let's see. One more attempt to land on the lake. Engines off. This is a fun little plane to drive. Fly, drive, whatever. Land. What's the water? Whatever. I'm just going to skip like a stone. I know how to land a watercraft, but I definitely would not land it on this lake. Again, not enough room. But there you guys go. There's our little tour. And there's our first episode for Flight Sim. That's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed what you saw, we are in Instagram. All those links are down there in the description below. And I really want to thank you guys for coming out to this one. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.